Hey guys, Cryptid 559 here. We're out here on the turnoff out here on Highway 180, just north of Cove Avenue. It's on the way up to Sequoia National Park. Um, the reason why we're out here, I'm going to be telling you a story that happened to us. I believe it was in March of this year, and but I'm going to tell you what led up to us coming up out here to this turnoff. Okay, so back in August of 2017, we were at a friend's house just outside of Dinuba, out in the country, and we were sky watching. Out there, we noticed, it was around, I want to say around 9:30. So we were sky watching out there, and we noticed this flash of, I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna say it's a UFO, but when I say it's a UFO, I'm not saying it's extraterrestrial. I'm just saying it's an unidentified flying object. Okay, I'm not saying it's alien. I'm just saying it's a UFO. It's unidentified flying object. We don't know. I don't know what it is. We didn't know what it is. It wasn't a plane for sure. We know that. It wasn't a satellite because we know what satellites look like. They're a constant white, bright light, and it doesn't flash. It just goes in a straight line. The satellites don't, turn or turn, do these turns, but it goes in a straight line. So we know what satellites are, and they don't blink. The lights don't blink. It's a solid white light. So when we were out there, it was around 9:30, 10 o'clock. So we noticed above us, when we looked up, it was a flash of light. It's like someone is taking a picture, right? So it's a bright flash of light, and then it disappears. No other colors, just a flash, it's just a bright flash of light. And it was going southeast, direction southeast, okay? So then it was a bright light right above us, looking at it, and then it moved because it flashed again, and it was already going southeast. So it was a little ways down. It wasn't at the same area as it was at the first time. So it flashed again, bright flash, and then it went away. So then we're looking in the area, and then it flashed again, and now it's a little further southeast. So we're watching it, right? And then there was two of them. So one went this way, one went to the northeast, and the other one went southeast. So some of the friends were looking at the one that was going northeast, and we're watching the one that was going southeast. So, we just kept an eye on it, but every time it would flash, you can see that it was getting, it wasn't as bright as the first time we saw it. So every time it flashed, it'd get dimmer, and then it wasn't as bright, and it'd be dimmer again, until it finally, it disappeared. But meanwhile, when we're watching it, we had a spotlight, and we were, shining the spotlight to see if it would, mimic what we were doing with the light. But it didn't do it. It didn't mimic what we were doing with the light. We're pointing at it. It just, it just kept going in the southeast direction until it didn't flash anymore. It only lasted maybe about 3 to 5 minutes. So, that's when we first noticed those lights. Okay, that white burst of light. It's like a flash, like I said, like somebody taking a picture. So then. Coming into this year, I started seeing them again. We come up here, we see them. We see them every once in a while. I think we saw it in January again, but it didn't last very long. It lasts only maybe 3 to 5 minutes. And so this particular night, me and my cousin came up here, and it was after he got out of work. It was about 11 o'clock when we got to this turnoff here. So we come out here because you can see all the stars. You can see everything out here, and all the Central Valley is down by the bottom out there. But you can see all the lights. You can see all the stars real clear. There's no lighting out here. Everything's quiet. At night, you can just see the stars. It's a good area to see the stars. So then, so we get here. We were out here for maybe about 10 minutes. We noticed a couple of falling stars that flew over us. And then we noticed some satellites. We're observing some satellites that are passing above us. And again, we know what those are because they're the white light and they stay in a straight line, you know, and they keep going and they're going pretty fast. So you can see those up here, the satellites. So then we notice some planes, you know, but you can tell when it's planes because of the flashing lights. So then we're out here, maybe after, you know, we're out here for about 10 minutes, and then about 20 minutes later, another 10 minutes went by. So it's about 20 minutes now that we're out here, and it's completely dark, okay? Because there's no lighting out here. It's completely dark, and there's no sound, okay? That night there was hardly any cars passing by. So then, so we're here, and I'm gonna tell you what happened after, you know, as soon as about 20 minutes. Okay, so we were here about 20 minutes, and then I was right here next to the truck, and then my cousin was on the other side of me, and we were just watching the sky, right? And all of a sudden, he noticed a flash. He notices a flash right above us, and I'm looking, and yeah, I told him that's the flash, you know, that we saw, because I was telling him that what we observed in Dinuba, out in the country. And I go, that's it. And then, but he was watching that, and all of a sudden, I'm right here, looking at this, and here comes a car. It drives up, and parks right here, right behind us. And again, this is like at 11 o'clock at night, and I go, okay. It's like, meanwhile, my cousin notices the lights too, like, what the heck? And I'm looking at the car, and this guy has it's a car, I can see, but he has his bright lights, you know, the high beams on, and he's right here, parked right behind us. I can see the silhouette of the driver. He's just staring at us. You know, I can't see his face. So I'm staring at him. Forget about I forgot about the light, but my cousin kept looking at the flash up there, and I'm looking at this guy, you know, he was in the car. He looked like only one person, and he was like this. He wouldn't move. He was just staring at me. And then I go, what's going on? I go like, what, you know, try to say, well, what's up? What do you need? And he wouldn't budge or anything. He was just like this. And I just kept staring at him. I didn't move. He didn't move. He didn't even move at all. You know, he just kept being like this on the steering wheel, and he just kept staring at us. I couldn't see the face, so I could see the outline of him. And then, and I told my cousin, dude, this guy, I don't know what he wants, dude. He's just there staring at us. And then when I turned to my cousin, that's when he backed up a little bit, and then he made a U-turn. He went back down the mountain. So you can see the road goes down. So I was watching him as he was going down. So he went all the way down until he disappeared. So then he was gone. I go, all right, well, that was weird. So then we're trying to find the flash of light again. My cousin he's telling me there it is, but you can barely see it now. And I couldn't see it anymore, but he knew where it was at because he had his eyes on it the whole time. And it was already dimming out. Like I told you, after a couple of minutes, it dims out. It like disappears. So we were here, and then all of a sudden I see a car coming back up the road, and then it turned. You can tell he got off on a turnoff down below because he had parked, and you can see that he just parked. He was parked there. So I tell my cousin, dude, here comes that car again, and it's parked over here, and he's coming back up the mountain again. So then we get back in, we pack everything up, we get back in the car, in our truck, and here he comes. He pulls back into the road, and he's coming up the mountain. I go, let's just get back in the car and see what this guy does. So we're in the car, and I'm waiting for him to come by. So sure enough, he comes by, and he passes us real slow, and he just keeps up going up the mountain. I go, all right. So after that, a couple minutes passed. He just went up the mountain, and we took off. So I don't know what the deal was with that. I mean, it was just a strange coincidence when we first saw that flash of light. This car comes behind us, and I don't even know where this car came from, honestly, because I don't remember even cars coming up the road. But anyways, it could have been. But he just parked. All of a sudden, he parked. But as soon as we saw that light, he was parked right behind us, and I go, "What the hell?" It's like, So that was weird. That was a whole weird situation there. But yeah, we've been noticing those flashing lights. I mean, since last August, like I said, I knew when we first noticed them. The beginning of this year, I believe it was March. We noticed them again. I saw them again at my residence in Wheatley. I saw them again out there one night. I saw them it was flashing again, a bright flash of light, going southeast again. It's always going southeast. So I don't know if it's a satellite that has a that the satellite's a new satellite that has that flashing on it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a drone. If you guys know what it is, post it on the comments. Let me know what you guys think it is. I'm gonna on my liked videos. There's gonna be a video there that somebody else took a video of. They saw him at night, and it's the same exact thing that we're seeing. If you guys know what it is, like I said, put it on the comments. Let me know what you guys think it is. But we're still noticing them every once in a while, and it's always around. When we notice them, it's always around 9:30, 11 o'clock in that time frame at night. Thank you for watching again. Thank you for watching the video. Share the video with family and friends. If you guys if you guys have any stories, or if you guys know of anything weird, anybody has any stories that happened to them, like they've seen some weird lights or weird crafts, or noticed having an experience with cryptid creatures, again, shoot us an email. We'd love to hear it. Cryptid559@gmail.com. That's cryptid559@gmail.com. Let us know. We'd like to hear your story. Thank you again for watching. Until the next.